There's something about killing in games. It's clean, it's righteous, it's fun. Blade swings, gunfires, health bar empties, and you move on without a second thought. Because games have taught us exactly who the enemy is. But what if the certainty was the lie? For me, gaming started with 2D platformers. Metal Slug was our thing. Me and my brother, side by side, blasting through enemies. I didn't know the full story or why the main characters were even on the battlefield. All I knew was that we were in a war. Whoever is coming from the right side of the screen and had a gun is the enemy. And my job was to survive. And as I grew older, my games changed. 2D platformers became 3D open world. Different worlds, different stories, but the enemy was always easy to spot. They always attacked first, they were always harming someone, and they looked pretty different. Maybe their clothes, maybe their species, or the place was marked as the enemy territory. An obvious flag of some sort. So when I booted up NieR for the very first time, I thought I knew exactly what I was in for. It's the year 5204 AD, almost 2 centuries after machines invaded and wiped out Earth's cities. Everywhere I look, bridges collapsed. Skyscrapers split in half. The whole place is a graveyard. And the enemies? Metal. Emotionless, alien. In other words, they are the ones I kill. But step back for a second. The act of killing, in absolute terms, is the most unethical, unreasonable, unthinkable thing we can imagine. And yet, in games, it does not feel wrong at all. In fact, it often feels right. Because games tap into something buried deep in us, a psychology baked into history itself. For early humans, survival meant fight or flight. If you didn't defend yourself from predators or rival tribes, you didn't pass your genes. Those who hesitated died. And over thousands of years, this instinct to strike first, to defend, to kill if necessary, became hardwired. So when a game says, here's the enemy, they threaten you, they threaten your people, our brain doesn't argue, it remembers. It rewards us for acting. Killing feels justified, even necessary, because for the most of human history, it was. And at first, NieR plays right into that. It shows us ruins, the dead civilization. It shows us the machines. They are the ones who destroyed it. So we kill, and it feels right, just like every other game. But then, something unsettling happens. Not all machines fight back. Some just stand there, staring into the horizon, not attacking. And suddenly, the certainty we carried begins to crack.
Dragons.
We've seen this story before. In How to Train Your Dragons, the protagonist, Hiccup, grows up seeing dragons coming to their village and destroying it. They all know who the enemy is.
A dragon will always go for the kill.
But Hiccup has experienced a dragon not going for the kill. And suddenly, the certainty shatters. The belief drilled into him, the enemy will kill, so he too must also kill, start to break. The enemy isn't what he thought, and the same question begins to surface in NieR. If they don't kill us, is it right that we kill them? And NieR doesn't stop there. The more you play, the more unsettling it becomes. Because the machines, they start to act like us. They celebrate, they build villages, they even love. And then an advanced machine named Adam finally says it out loud.
Love, family, religion, war. The more human records I unearth, the more charmed I am by their complexity. Some desired love, others family. Only then did I realize the truth. The core of humanity is conflict.
Kill the androids. Kill, destroy.
On the surface, the machine life forms aren't wrong. Humanity does look like conflict. From ancient wars to today's headlines, history seems like one endless story of us fighting each other. But NieR doesn't stop there, it digs deeper. Because if you look closer, conflict is rarely about violence for its own sake. It's about something else. Each side believing they're right. In NieR, every faction fight for what it believes is right. The aliens thought wiping out humans was necessary. The machines turned against their creators because they believed they were right. And the androids were certain the machines had to be destroyed. None of them fight because they love killing. They fight because killing feels like the only path to justice. And that's not just a game. History is filled with the same patterns. Nations, religions, identities, whether India and Pakistan, Israel and Gaza, or countless others before them, each side convinced they fight for righteousness. The variable is always what's right. The constant is the killing. But that's only half the story. If you stop there, you'd think humanity is nothing but conflict. Yet, look deeper, and you'll see something else. Love, family, creativity, hope, the very things the machines try to imitate. Conflict isn't humanity's essence. It's what happens when our strongest values collide. And this is where NieR becomes extraordinary. Most games and most of our stories never question whether the enemy has their own truth. NieR makes you look into the eyes of the so-called monsters and realize they're just like us. And in that moment, certainty breaks. Killing does not feel like justice anymore. This is why NieR weighs so heavy on players. Not because of the gameplay, not because of the story beats, but because NieR takes you on a journey that leaves a hole in the heart and a question you can't stop thinking of. Are we the heroes that fight for justice, or just another alien that won't stop the killing in the name of what's right? And before we wrap up, this video is a little different from what I've made in the past. It's the beginning of a transition into videos where I want to go deeper, explore what makes games powerful, and why they stay with us long after we've stopped playing. So if you've made this far, thank you, truly. It means a lot that you've stayed with me through this journey. And if you've enjoyed this video or want to see more deep dives like this one, I'd love it if you subscribe to this channel, because this is just the start, and I can't wait to share what's coming next.